Hey there, you wonderful listeners. I have a question for you. Do you want to make a podcast? Well, Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily and then distribute it everywhere and even earn money all in one place and for free. How can you beat that? It's called Spotify for Podcasters. And here is how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also available on Spotify. And when you want to take conversations with your fans to the next level, there are Q&A and poll options available, and those are the best way to get them talking. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, it's totally free with no catch. Ever since I've discovered Spotify for Podcasters, it has made doing my shows like the Steam Machine Podcast, Yabs Pod, and the JRPG Report much, much easier to do. Like being able to just go on there, record them, upload it, boom, it's done. I don't have to pay for a site service to host or anything like that. It's fantastic. So I highly recommend that you give it a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started today. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Steam Machine Podcast. My name is Dalton, and joining me as always is my good buddy.
This is Ryan.
And there has been a lot going on since the last time we spoke, sir. There's been a lot going on. I'm gonna get this out of the way right at the beginning. Okay, I've got something that's been bugging me. So Cyberpunk. Okay, well, let me first clarify. If you disagree with me on this, I'm probably about to offend you. I apologize to any listener that I offend ahead of time. I don't mean to offend you, but I feel very strongly about this, and I'm probably going to use a lot of colorful language. Don't feel like I'm calling you out personally. That's all. I'm not talking to you. So Cyberpunk came out about a week ago now. I've been playing it. I've had zero issues on PC. The one thing that I saw was a guy was holding his fingers like he had a cigarette, and the cigarette was about an inch away from his fingers. That's the one glitch I've seen in my playthrough, and I'm about, 12, 13 hours into the game, right? Yeah. And I want to say that, well, actually, I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't say that. So people have been shitting their motherfucking pants online, saying that this game is a broken piece of shit. That, they knew what they were releasing. They released it as a garbage. And then all it needs patches to make it better. And fuck this game. To the point that Sony pulled it from the PlayStation Store on PS4s. I don't know about PS5. But I know for sure on PS4 they pulled it. And Xbox pulled it.
Yeah,
and both are
issuing
refunds.
Yeah.
And CD Projekt Red has come out and said that they will refund physical copies with their own money if they have to.
Wow.
Now...
This is.
Go ahead.
I probably understand where your bitch is coming from, but keep going. Keep going. You got a good rant going.
I don't fucking get it. When is the last fucking time a game came out that needed some work and people were so fucking upset about it that the companies like Sony was pulling it from the PlayStation Store? So on the Switch, there's a game called Troll and I. And it is a broken fucking piece of shit that does not fucking work at all. It's slow, it's boggy, it barely runs at like 20 frames a second, right? It's just not a good game. But guess what? It's still for sale. You can still buy it on the eShop. It's still there. No Man's Sky. Everyone was fucking upset and up in arms about that game because when it came out, it was an absolute shell of what they promised it would be. Here we are, years later. That game is a technical fucking marvel and is one of the best games that you can get on the market. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that.
Skyrim. Oh, no, let me any fucking Bethesda game ever. What's the first thing that people do on PC?
They go in, they mod it, and they patch it their fucking selves because Bethesda does not know how to fucking do that themselves. For some reason, Fallout has unofficial patches for 3, New Vegas, and 4. Morrowind has a patch thing, a mod. Oblivion has a patch mod. Skyrim has a patch mod. When The Witcher 3 came out, it was buggy. Yeah. It was real buggy. I had it on PS4. Play it now, there are no bugs. It is one of the greatest RPGs ever made. And people are going to be like, oh, you're such a fucking fanboy for CDPR. The only game I've ever played by them is The Witcher 3 and now Cyberpunk. Like, I haven't played The Witcher 1. I haven't played The Witcher 2. So I'm not a fucking fanboy. Do I like Geralt the character? Yeah. Have I bought the audiobooks and stuff? Yeah. But that has nothing to do with CD Projekt Red. Yeah. And these people online that are just like constantly posting like, oh, look how shitty this fucking game. Look at this screenshot. It looks like a fucking, it looks like it ran on a potato. It's like, yeah. Okay, cool. That's one person's experience. Would you like to see a screenshot that I took where the city looks like it's actually alive and there's rain with fucking ray tracing on the ground? Because in the end, people are upset because it doesn't run on their PlayStation 4. Yeah. You're expecting a fucking game that looks next generation to run good on a system that came out in 2013 or 2012, whenever the fuck it was? No, that's not going to feasibly happen. When my dad is on our PS4 playing Everybody's Golf, which looks like a PS3 game, my PS4 sounds like it's about to take off like a goddamn plane. You think it could handle that? No, and I fucking know that. If I wanted to play that, I would get a PS4 Pro. Now, that being said, people have said that they have problems on that. One of my best friends, Dustin, wrote me on the fucking podcast page today and said that he's been playing on the PlayStation 4 Pro and has had 0 issues. Yeah. So I don't know what to tell people. I think this is a case of people were very fucking hyped for this game, and then it came out with some issues, and now they're fucking butthurt, and it's just like, get the fuck over yourselves.
Some of the stuff I've seen on Twitter is it's a lot of these people who have this bitch on like social media about the game being so buggy are the same people who were sending in death threats for the developer taking their time with it to make sure it wasn't That's
another thing. They
you're
delayed it.
That they're taking too long, and then when they finally give it to you, you're mad that they put it out too early because it wasn't ready.
They delayed it, and people were all right with it. They delayed it, and people were all right with it. They delayed it, people got kind of mad. They delayed it, people got real mad. They delayed it, and people sent them fucking death threats. And they're like, we're going to kill you. And I had this conversation with this guy. I'm not going to point him out or anything, but like I had this conversation with this guy, and he was like, well, they shouldn't have taken the death threats seriously. Fuck you. If somebody threatens my life, I don't give a fuck. I'm taking it seriously. Unless it's one of my friends looking at me and they're laughing like, man, I'm going to kill you, you fucking do that again. There's a difference in somebody writing you a letter or an email or something online and be like, listen, motherfucker, you don't release this goddamn game, I'm going to kill you. You know why I think that? Because people who are stupid enough to send that kind of fucking shit are stupid enough to fucking kill somebody. So you don't even take those chances. So you know what they did? They said, all right, fuck it. We won't delay it again because we don't want to die. We don't want to have to feel, and we don't want to upset people. Now, I will state, they did not allow reviewers to show what it looked like on original like PS4 consoles and stuff. But when's the last time a game was coming out that didn't have a non-disclosure agreement? Yeah. You know? Like, I was in an alpha not that long ago for a game, and it had an NDA. So, like, I can't fucking talk about it. You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. But people got so fucking worked up that it was getting delayed. This game, if it probably needed one more delay. And you know what? I personally would have been fucking fine with it because I have this thing called patience that a lot of people fucking lack these days, apparently. And I know these people online, like they post their little meme and they think they're being slicker than cum on a gold tooth. I don't give a fuck, okay? Like, you're not cool. You're just joining on this fucking train of shitting on something. It's the same thing when No Man's Sky came out. And everybody was shitting on No Man's Sky. And I was here waving my little flag like, no, this is actually a really fucking cool game. I actually really like this game. No Man's Sky is fucking wonderful. It's just, give it time. And I have had people tell me, you were right. All it needed was time. Yeah. And I can't wait from a year from now to either be able to say, hey, I was right again. This game's awesome. Or I'm going to sit here and mourn the fact that people killed a potentially amazing game with their fucking stupidity, and I am going to end it on that. Yeah. So if I offended anybody in the last 8-9 minutes, I apologize, but like that's how I feel about it. I needed to get that off my chest. It's been bugging the shit out of me all week, and this is gonna be fun in editing because my audacity has spiked all over the place. Thank God for noise levelization. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you heard Remy there for a while too.
oh yeah, that's fine. He can chime in. He agrees with me. He's like, yeah, Uncle D, tell him, yeah,
Right.
yeah. So. Oh man, fucking drive. And I smoked 2 joints before we came on here, so I would be calm. So this is me relaxed, like talking about it. Like I could get real worked up. Like, drives me crazy. So other than that, there's a couple other things that I saw that I can't think of right offhand because my mind is just fried after all of that. But
Well, this week has been fun with all the free games that have been
yeah, that's it. That's what
been
it
out
was.
there. Yeah.
The Epic Games giveaways and Uplay did a thing, but sadly by the time you hear this, the Uplay thing is over.
Yeah.
But Epic
The
Games
Epic Games
from
thing
the
was pretty cool.
17th until is it the 30th or the 31st
Yeah, it
Something
goes
like
like that long. It's like
or 27th? I don't know. It's sometime. It's another week or so. They're giving a free game away every day, and there was a list that we found, and I don't want to read it out because I don't want to spoil it for people who don't want to know what the gift surprise will be. But so far the list has been 4 for 4, I think. I have not checked it for today's entry, which I think was Defense Grid or something,
Yep,
which I've never heard of.
It was, and I haven't heard of it either. What I've seen from it though, it looks like just like a basic tower defense game.
Those can be fun.
Yeah, they can be
Those
good
can be
time
fun.
killers. Like,
Like I think Plants vs Zombies is like a tower defense kinda sort of game.
Yeah.
And I've always heard great things about that, but I've never checked it out.
that's a fun game. I used to play that.
Man, okay, so I'm trying. Oh man, I can't remember what games have they given away so far. That's what I was trying to remember. And I'm seriously, my brain is fried right now. Not because I've been so worked up to get that out. My brain is now just like
Epic.
and cool
They
down
started
mode.
with Epic started with City Skyline.
Now,
right?
have you ever played City Skylines?
No, I haven't.
It is
But
like
you told me it was like The Sims on steroids.
no Sim City. It's like Sim City on steroids.
Is it?
It's a town. You build your cities up and try to make them thriving and everything. And your fucking worst possible nightmare will always be traffic.
No.
Good luck.
Okay.
When that comes up on the list, it's a fun game. I have it on Steam as well.
And then I think
And then the second one was
came
was it
after that?
Abe's Odyssey,
yes, it was the
New and Tasty.
The new and tasty. Yeah,
which is cool because
there was that one.
we have the original game on Steam as well. So it'll be cool to compare the two if that ever comes up on the list.
Yeah.
Maybe one of us can play I guess maybe you could play the Epic version. I'll play the old version, and we can compare them or something.
Yeah.
Uh,
The next game was the long dark.
Yeah. No. All I know is that's a survival game.
Yeah, it looks like a straight up survival game where I think you're like the sole survivor of like a plane crash or something like that. Arctic tundra or some shit. It looks creepy. It looks cool.
Well, that's what's up. I'll have to install that and check it out. And then I think then today was Defense Grid. So I'm looking forward to seeing what tomorrow is. It's like a cool little thing every day you wake up. It gives me a glimpse of what Hanukkah's like, I guess. It's like you get a present every day.
Yeah. No, that's what I do too. When I wake up, I turn the laptop on and pull up Epic Games and just watch, like, wait for the counter to go off.
I like to think that you wake up, you look, and it says 4 hours, and you just get a real big cup of coffee and just sit there, sip it, and stare.
I do have that mug that holds like 6 cups of coffee.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's so much coffee. But needed on
It's a
some days.
gigantic- Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, speaking of, so I don't know if my brother listens, but if so, hi Chris. But I saw a picture of him the other day, and they have a newborn, and it's their first kid, and my brother looked like he hasn't slept in a week. Like his eyes
no.
got bags under him and stuff. I'm like, whoo.
I know that pain. I know that.
I know you do. That's why I knew you'd find that funny. It was funny. He messaged me the other day, and he's like, "Hey, what's your preferred platform? It's PC, right? Steam, or are you a console gamer?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's PC and Steam." And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if he's fishing for 'tis the season. And about 3 hours later, there's a knock on my door. It's like 6, I don't know, maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. Me and my dad are both up, and my dad comes walking in, and he goes, "Hey man, your brother messaged me. You play on Steam, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I play on Steam." It cracked me up. I'm like, all right, so and I'm already thinking, I'm like, what could this be? But we'll see when the time comes. Yeah. So, this week we played a a little game called Dogfight 1942. And I just want to go ahead and say that if you're here and you're listening, hi. We know that you're a normal listener because ain't nobody searching for Dogfight 1942 in the podcast.
Yeah,
so
nobody is.
we appreciate y'all. And let me. Okay, so all I could find about this game is an entrance. Wow, like an entry on GiantBomb.com, and this is
GiantBomb.com.
Yes, GiantBomb.com.
Fantastic.
So
how many pages deep on Google search did you have to go to find this?
No, this was first page. Oh,
man.
This is actually a pretty decent website for gaming news. But yeah, they're little. I'll send you a link. Their logo's hilarious. So, Dogfight 1942 overview. Play a World War II pilot in this flight simulator game from City Interactive and do historically realistic challenges or play dogfights against your friends. The game features 40 planes from Britain, US, Japan, and Germany that were airborne in 1942. That's it. That's all it says. Now, let's go ahead and pick this apart, okay? Unless there's a difficulty that I didn't play on, this shit is not a flight simulator.
No, this thing is like super arcadey to me. Like definitely not a flight simulator.
Like it reminded me more of like Air Combat and like before it became Ace Combat. So like
yeah,
a little more back in the PlayStation arcade, but historically realistic challenges maybe in a warped sense, but like when with this, I don't know if it was just supposed to be like, well, it's historically realistic because we said it's 1942 and you're fighting Germans and Japanese people, so like that's got to be it. Like that's got to be it because other than that, there was nothing historically realistic or accurate about any of this.
This is World War II. Like
that's it. It's
like some of the acts, I guess they had like some locations.
And planes, maybe, I guess, that were
of
from that
actual
time.
Battles, like the Battle of Midway, and some of the planes were historically accurate. But as far as like the actual like timeline of the war and how events unfolded and shit like that, it's loosely based. Like,
now, this, it's fun.
It is fun.
I will say this game is fun as fuck if you just jump in and do it. I did not make it. I got more fun out of playing like just random quick battles than doing the campaign. There was a level in the campaign where you had to fly through a bunch of fog, right?
Yeah.
And that level in particular gave me such bad motion sickness that I quit playing the game. That's why I messaged you. It was like 2 days ago. I messaged you. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So whenever you're done with it, let me know.
See, the motion sickness thing didn't happen to me. I sit there and I would do barrel rolls like the whole time I'm flying. Like,
dude, you and fucking Dustin both.
What killed me is just like the monotony of the game. Like, it's the same arcadey feel every single level. It's like, okay, how fast can I go shoot all these down? How fast can I go shoot all these down? Like, I just got like, all right, is this actually going to like up in difficulty? Is this just going to stay the same? And it ended up like staying the same for the most part, like the whole game. I just
like go in, shoot planes, drop a bomb on a ship,
and try to land. Like, I think landing was the hardest part for me at first.
Now this game looks really good for coming out in 2012. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
And it released on PC, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360,
right?
but it was only digital for the consoles, and I think PC as well. This is a digital only game. You cannot get a physical release of it that I know of.
It's probably for the best.
Apparently it's got 2 DLCs, but it looks like it's just for Xbox.
I did see something about that in like a negative review, and it's like you charged money for this game, which really honestly isn't that great, and then you charge money for DLC as well. Like,
go fuck yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. But I don't know how much people were paying for this game at release, but it probably wasn't worth it. Like we've said before, this game was fun, but it wasn't that fun.
Yeah, I got it in a bundle at some point, I'm sure.
I skipped cutscenes all the time. The zero
this
interest
one I don't
in the
blame
storyline.
This one I do not blame
zero interest in the storyline. I don't even know if there actually was one. They were just kind of narrating the character that you're playing. Like
when I was in a cutscene and the guy was saying something like, "Oh, dirty piglet," and the guy's like, "What?" And he goes, "Well, that's
squealing piglets."
Yeah, that's what squealing piglets. And the guy's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he's
yeah.
That's what we say on the farm instead of cursing. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna skip the rest of this. This is
Right.
not meaningful dialogue at all. But that aside, like if this were an arcade machine, like if I were to walk into an arcade and this machine was there and I could go up, throw some quarters in it, and shoot some enemies down, like I would.
Yeah, I would go for that too.
Especially if it had
Like-
like a little flight stick simulator thing, like it would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely love the arcadey feel of the game. It was really fun. Like I just too bad it wasn't that great of a game. Like,
Yeah, it fell flat. If I was gonna give it anything, I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10.
you're being generous.
You know,
I'd probably go like a
I am being generous.
4.75.
I have a little bit of a nostalgia with games like this because how much me and my dad played Air Combat together. So
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
it reminded me of that. So I am a little generous with it, but
Yeah.
it's fun. I would not. Okay, hold on. It was $10 at launch.
Well,
Okay, so I would pay $10 for this game.
yeah, I probably would have dropped $10 for this game at launch.
I would not pay
Like,
anything more than $10. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no. I'm sorry. That was the DLC's price.
Oh,
The
yeah.
DLC was $10. Oh holy shit! So
Oof.
how much was this
never
game?
mind.
It doesn't even say.
It's $59.99.
I couldn't have been. It couldn't. Okay, well it doesn't matter how much it costs. I would not pay more than $10 for this game, but I would pay $10. I'm being quiet, so truncate silence will take all this out.
Yeah.
I can tell you how much it is on Steam right now.
How much is it on Steam? I think I'm seeing something. It was like $15, maybe.
It is
I could be right.
$10, $9.99.
Is it?
If you want the complete pack with both of the DLCs, it is $11.01. Yeah.
This review is kind of brutal. So, probably the worst thing about Dogfight 1942 is that it costs $15. Many downloadable games cost far less and have far more to offer than this subpar flight simulator. The entirety of the game is no more than 3 hours and has zero replayability. See, I'm gonna have to disagree with that replayability thing.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to hop in, and maybe the campaign has got no
Now that
replayability.
I was only playing the campaign. I didn't know there was like a quick battle mode. It just shows how much I pay attention. I just button mash until I start playing something. But if there's like a quick battle thing where you can set up a certain number of enemies and certain types of enemies and shit like that, that would be super fun. Like I would be down for that.
You sound like Eric from Factory Sealed right now, so bad, because everybody's like, "Well, you didn't watch the tutorial," and he's like, "Nope, skip."
Yep. I skip everything. My tutorial is figuring out what buttons do what. And if I get really desperate, then I'll just open up the menu and go into settings and read them there. Tutorials.
This review says, "It's not awful. It runs and plays okay, but the negatives overwhelm the positives after a while. Just play an Ace Combat game." He says, or a space flight sim for a better experience overall. I would only recommend this game for those desperate for another flight combat game. It's short, clunky, dated, and frustrating. Now, the next review says, "This is the game I've been looking for ages. A World War II dogfighting game with great balance between graphics, sound effects, voice soundtracks, and gameplay. This is like the fourth game of this kind I get. The others were either too arcade, too simulate, too lame graphics, too bad or no soundtrack, unfairly hard too early. And to think I only bought this last minutes of autumn sale, so's glad I did." All right. So I think that about wraps up Dogfight. There were, like we were saying on in our Discord. I was talking to this guy. I'm like, dude, there's not really not much we're gonna be able to say about this. There's only so much you can talk about dogfighting. It's
Yeah.
fun. The different planes are cool. Shooting submarines with missiles was very tedious. So I found this best games ever bracket from GameFAQs when GameFAQs was a thing, and I think we should go through it and see what we get.
Send that over to me. I'll open it up right now.
I'm gonna try to remember, because it doesn't get it's a bracketed thing, so you have to, or it's already done. It's like archived, but
No.
I will still send it to you so you can read it with me. So we will start at number 1. And these are like broken up into rounds. We might not get through this whole thing. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
So number 1 is Chrono Trigger and Ratchet and Clank 3.
Oh, that one's no brainer.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
The next one, not so easy for me. Dragon Quest 8 or Persona 3.
I didn't play either of those, but I know you and oh man, this has got to be a really tough one for you.
I'm gonna say
It's probably why they seeded at 8-9.
I'm gonna say Persona 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Persona 3, even though I don't. Man, I don't know. I really Dragon Quest 8 is like legendarily good. Yeah, Persona 3. Persona 3. Batman Arkham City or Mega Man X?
I do love that Batman game. I do love that game.
Yeah, man. Batman. I gotta go with Batman.
Like, I love Mega Man, but that Arkham series itself is fantastic.
I am not super familiar with the Mega Man X series.
Yeah.
Most of the Mega Mans that I played were just OG Mega Man.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy X or Half-Life? I say Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that one.
Like, Half-Life is really good, and I respect that game, but yeah, no, Final Fantasy X all the way with Titus, even though his fucking ha 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 laugh is ridiculous. Smash Bros, Melee, or Portal?
This one's a tough one. And I'm pissed they seeded this one like this. Because I love Portal.
I was gonna say I say Portal.
I fucking love Portal.
I'm not a huge Smash Brothers fan. I like the game, but
yeah,
given the choice, I would probably play Portal over Smash Bros. Melee.
Yeah.
Now, Pokemon Gold and Silver or The World Ends With You?
Oh, Gold and Silver. Those were so good.
I have to agree there as well. Metal Gear Solid 4 or Kingdom Hearts 2?
Probably. I did like.
I personally, I'm gonna go with Kingdom Hearts. Like,
yeah, I know you are.
I have such a love for that series.
Yeah. What do we got next?
The next one, I don't really know. The Last of Us or Halo 3?
I didn't play The Last of Us, but I did love Halo 3. I played the shit out of Halo 3.
See,
and I would say that's probably seated. That could probably be seated a lot higher than a 15. Like, but
yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, Halo. I didn't play The Last of Us though.
I'll give it to Halo. All right, so let's go ahead and just run through these by division. So round 2 would be Chrono Trigger versus Persona 3.
Yeah.
And as much as I want to give it to Persona 3, I can't. I have to say Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger is just like legendarily good, and I really like both those games. But if I'm being honest, I have to give it to Chrono Trigger. Batman Arkham City versus Final Fantasy X.
I'm going Batman on that one.
Like,
I liked 10, but 10's not even like my favorite Final Fantasy game. Batman's great.
No, I gotta say Final Fantasy X.
I know you would.
So now we gotta flip a coin or something. Do you have a coin nearby?
I do have coins.
All right, we'll say heads for Batman, tails for Final Fantasy.
Oh shit, I launched that one. It's heads.
Heads. All right, Batman moves on. Portal versus Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Oh, Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Yeah, I agree. Portal is probably objectively a better game, but I had a lot more time, played more in Pokemon Gold and Silver. I had Pokemon Gold, and I'll never forget, I lost it and couldn't find it for a long time. And then the day I found it, I held it above my head and ran around my house screaming, "Yeah!"
Yes. I played the shit out of Gold. That one's always going to hold like a spot in my heart. I loved that game. I put so many hours into that game.
Kingdom Hearts 2 or Halo 3? Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
You already know my answer.
Yeah. We're probably going to have to flip a coin on this one too. Like,
I can flip a guitar pick. It's like, weed leaf or no weed leaf. Let's go heads for Kingdom Hearts, tails for Halo.
Okay.
Where did it go? There it is. All right. Sorry.
You can put in drum rolls during the silence.
Oh, truncate silence is gonna take it all out anyway. And it's tails, so Halo 3 moves on.
I'm 2 for 2 on the flips.
Boo. All right, then it's Chrono Trigger versus Batman. I'm giving it to Chrono Trigger, dog.
It has to go to Chrono Trigger.
Which then leaves Pokemon versus Halo 3.
Pokemon.
I agree, but then that leaves Chrono Trigger versus Pokemon, and again, I have to just give it to Chrono Trigger.
It's gonna have to go to Chrono Trigger.
So that division final is Chrono Trigger. Makes it all the way to the end. And now that I'm looking at this, dude, there are so many of these divisions that we're going to be sitting here for fucking ever doing these.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So
there is a lot.
Let's run through the top. We'll just go through those. So
I'm down at the very bottom of the list. Do you want me to just like read off the what they have as far as quarterfinal, semifinal, and final?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right. I just want to see your reaction to some of these that they have. But for the quarterfinal round, the first matchup they have is Smash Bros. Melee versus Final Fantasy VII.
Even though it's one of my least favorite Final Fantasies, I have to give it to Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. I would say the same, but this bracket moved on Melee,
What the fuck?
right?
I haven't even scrolled down, so I'm not even going to look at it.
Yeah. The next matchup is Undertale versus Super Mario 64.
Oh, man.
I haven't played Undertale yet, but I've only heard great things about it.
I was going to say, objectively, Super Mario 64 is probably the more renowned game, but I really enjoyed what little time I've put into Undertale, so I'll go with Undertale.
Yeah.
Because I like the fact that you can play that entire game without killing anything.
Yeah. They moved on Undertale.
Hey, all right.
This next one is Zelda Ocarina of Time versus Zelda A Link to the Past.
Oh, shit. Okay, so that's basically, do you like 3D Zelda or 2D Zelda? And other than Breath of the Wild, I've never played a 3D Zelda.
No.
Oh, I take that back. I played some of Twilight Princess on my GameCube, and that was the last thing my GameCube ever loaded because at some point during that game, my GameCube turned off and never turned back on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Link to the Past.
They moved on Ocarina.
Of course they did. Everyone
Yeah.
rides Ocarina of Time's dick.
Yep. And then the final matchup in the quarterfinal round is Super Mario RPG versus Metal Gear Solid 3.
Metal Gear 3. All day.
They moved on Super Mario RPG.
Fucking course. Of course they did. Okay, so Super Mario RPG is fun and everything, but Metal Gear 3 is arguably the best Metal Gear, although my favorite's 2, but 3 is really good. But okay,
Right.
so that leaves with what's the next?
The semifinal matchups. You got Smash Bros. Melee versus Undertale.
Undertale.
Undertale moved on.
Right.
And then you got Ocarina versus Super Mario RPG.
Super Mario RPG.
They moved on Ocarina.
So that just leaves Undertale and Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
Well, as much as I want Undertale to win, I'm sure it's fucking Ocarina of Time, but I'm going to say Undertale.
it is Undertale.
Fucking right. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Now, I liked doing that, so I'm going to send you one more.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit. Hold on. I don't think this one. Never mind. I'm on the wiki right now looking at it. I'll just edit some of this out. Or maybe I won't. Ooh. Here were the different contests that they ran over the years. It was Character Battle 2, Best Game Ever, Character Battle 3, Got Villains, Character Battle 4, Tournament of Champions, Best Series Ever, Character Battle 5, Battle Royal.
Do you want to start doing this like weekly, having reading through a bracket?
Start looking through them. If we can make it interesting, sure. If people seem to like this, we can keep doing it. Like the first ever best game ever list. Click that. Spring 2004 best game ever. This is on archive.com. And let's.
I hear Mr. Theo throwing a fit.
Ooh, that's not
He's
good.
been grumpy all night. He has been grumpy all.
All right, so here you go. I'll read these off to you real quick, and then we can wrap this
Okay.
up. Mario 3 versus Chrono Trigger. What do you think?
It's Chrono Trigger.
Yep, that's what moved on. Final Fantasy 7 or oh shit, what is that? SSBB. Hold on, I need to read it. I'm not sure what that fucking stands for. SSBM.
Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Oh, I bet that is. Okay, so yeah, Final Fantasy 7 or Super Smash Bros. Melee.
I'm gonna have to go. God damn it. That's a tough one.
It is.
I'm gonna have to go Melee on that one, actually.
That's not what moved on, sir. Final Fantasy 7 moved
No.
on.
Wow.
Now, here was
Completely different brackets because Melee went deep on that first one.
yeah. Well, the first one was from like not that long ago, so I
Yeah.
think there was more nostalgia hitting because this was from 2004, like back when
Oh, okay.
this website is real small.
So seven moved on through that one.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the final thing was Chrono Trigger versus Final Fantasy 7.
This one, I'm gonna have to say 7.
That's-
Got it on this one.
That's what moved on. Yeah, and I disagree. I think Chrono Trigger should have won, but
Yeah.
people really ride Final Fantasy 7's dick real hard. Even
It's
though
not even my favorite. Like
8's better.
I still haven't finished part 1 of the remake.
I don't even have it. So
8 is my favorite, and I actually even prefer 9 over 7.
yes. Well, so to wrap things up, I think I'm gonna bug you at some point later this week to maybe go ahead and pre-record a end of the year show. So that way, if either of us are doing anything around New Year's, which I'm sure I won't be, but we'll have something to throw out there on New Year's Eve. Other than that,
Maybe we can do a New Year's live special.
Yeah.
because I know I'm not gonna be doing anything, and the kids go to bed early. So
Yeah, that's true. Maybe we can just like hop on Discord and hang out with people, or get on Twitch, do something. We'll figure it out.
yeah,
We'll figure it out. Next week, we're going to be covering Postal 2, which I can't wait for. I can't wait to dive into this game.
This Christmas episode is gonna be fantastic.
Absolutely. Deck the halls with piss and gasoline. Fa la 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 la. If you would like to find us on social media, you can go to facebook.com/Steam Machine Podcast, or you can find us at Twitter on Twitter at Steam_podcast. And we now have a group on Facebook if you want to check that out too. If you go on Facebook and search the Steam Machine Podcast Lounge, you can come on there, talk with us. And if Discord is more of one of your thing, well, hit the page up on Facebook or message me personally, if you'll see me floating around on there, and I will send you the Discord link, because I don't know the Discord link right offhand, but it is pinned at the top of our Facebook page. So other than that, please leave us a 5-star review. If I pissed you off at the beginning of the episode, please don't leave us a 1-star review. And other than that, man, do you have anything else to really say about Dogfighting 1942? Other than it is definitely not a flight simulator.
No, it is not a flight simulator. Like, don't believe the hype.
Let's not talk about hype.
It was fun, and I'm probably going to throw it on every now and then just for some arcadey feel. But
well,
yeah, Postal will be a much more entertaining episode, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, for sure. I want to end with fuck hype, fuck douchebags. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. He's Ryan. I'm Dalton. As always, guys, take it easy.